If you're an estate agent at the moment and you're wondering about when you should increase your fees, today's video is absolutely perfect for you. What we're going to talk about is when exactly you should increase your fees as an estate agent. Those days of undercharging local sellers to use your fantastic service are hopefully behind you as you move on to increasing your fee. My name is Chris Webb. I'm the owner of the Estate Agent Consultancy. I've been an agent for over 20 years and I've coached the top estate agents in the UK to be the obvious choice for sellers in their local area. So for me, this conversation is all about capacity. And it's how much capacity you've got as an estate agent. Now, there's a bit of a rule of thumb that I would work with here. And generally speaking, if you were a one-person band, you would look at about 15 properties for sale and about 15 properties under offer. So in total, you've got 30 units in your business. This is having about a 50% sales rate on here at any one time. So 30 properties under your stewardship at any one time is a busy place to be as an agent. And some of you might look at that and think, Chris, that is not achievable with the service levels I have. That's fine. You might have 20 as your absolute maximum capacity. But for the agents I work with, about 30 is usually the point where they start to go, I'm really, really busy. And that's a good place to be. That then gives us options going forward. Because what we'll find, if there is an over demand for your services, it can be really hard to increase your fee. Let's say, for example, went to an auction, I went to auction something off, and there was only one person bidding. It isn't going to be that expensive to get that item because there's only one person bidding. Now, if there was two people bidding for the same item, they'll bid that price up over time. That is simple supply and demand. And if you're in demand as an agent, you need to be increasing your fees. So let's look at this as a diagram, shall we? So let's say, for example, this is our 30 units in total. And this is us at capacity being 100% fully booked. Well, let's say we increase our fee today. Now, if I was 100% fully booked and I thought to myself, actually, I'm so chock-a-block with valuations, viewings, instructions, that I actually can't take on any more instructions. But if you do want to come on the market with myself, it's going to be higher than my normal fee. That's a good place to be. So what we're trying to do here is that if we look to increase our fee, our instruction rate is probably going to take a step backwards. As you adjust to the different conversations, there might be a little bit of pushback from the public. Over time, you'll get more used to it, but to start off, there might be a little bit of pushback. So what actually might happen, instead of being 100% capacity, we might take a step backwards and be more like 80% capacity. So this might be increasing our fee from 1.5%. We might go, right, let's do 1.6%. And because that, we lost a couple of instructions here that maybe we would have got historically. But our goal here is not to list and sell as many properties as possible. Our goal here is to make as much money as possible selling properties. So if you can get paid more for selling less properties, that's a good place to be for your business. You don't get paid to be busy, you get paid for results. What's going to happen over time is as we go forward, you are going to get more and more proficient saying to people, my fee is 1.6%, and it's 1.6% because we offer all these brilliant features and benefits to yourself, therefore I'm the obvious choice. And what's going to happen over time is that you're going to make back that 20%. You're going to be back at 100% capacity very, very quickly. But then I know what you're thinking. This is great. We've gone from being full and being at 1.5% to now being fully booked at 1.6%. But I'll be thinking, why stop there? We've got 100% capacity at 1.6%. So now let's put it up again. Let's do 1.75. Let's push the boat out, shall we? We now still have the same capacity of 30 units in total. But again, as before, as our fee has increased over time, we are going to take a step back. And instead of being 100% busy, we are now going to be 80-20. Our instruction rate is going to take a bit of a hit. And that's absolutely fine because the properties we're getting on the market over here, the 80%, we are getting paid an extra 0.25% from what we historically we're getting paid for instructing on properties. So that is more than going to make up for the lack of instructions we might get for a month or two while we're trying to work out and get our feet around the 1.75 fee increase here. Now, effectively, over the years of you being an estate agent, as long as your service is getting better and you are getting more and more booked up and you're more and more in demand, you would just keep pushing this up. Over time, your fee should be increasing. Inflation is increasing the whole time. Everything you buy getting more expensive. Drinks, going for dinners getting more expensive. Your estate agency should be exactly the same way. So you should be getting more expensive over time. If you're going in the opposite direction to this and you're trying to get 1.5% and you're struggling to get 1.4 or 3 or 1.2 or 1.1, you've got bigger issues. In that sort of situation, you take a step back and go, why would someone pick myself to sell their property? Why am I different from other agents in town? And how can I get that clearly across to local sellers why I'm the obvious choice? Now, a little bit of a beeline here. If you are struggling with that, there's three big categories you want to fill up here. Number one is money. Can you get sellers in your local area more money? Next one is time. That's a little time thing there. Time. Can you save them time getting to the next property? And the final one is service. That's a star for 5-star in case you're wondering. Can we give them a better service from start to finish? Everything you put across is going to fall into one of those three categories. Can I get you more money? Can I save you some time? Or can I give you a better service from start to finish? So if you're struggling with this, look at the service you're providing and the offering you have and think, what can I fill in each of those columns to make my client's life even better from working with myself? Once you've got that correctly, you can then move on to this and go, right, I'm now at capacity. For example, if your capacity was actually 20, fine, no problem at all. Just check, keep the figures exactly the same, but your capacity is now 20. If you go, actually, it's more of a lifestyle business, I only want to work with 10 people anytime. Fine, our number is 10. So we know when it goes up to 10, great. Well, we're going to put our fee up. We might get 8 instead of 10. Fine, no problem at all. But the next month we'll get 10. And you can think about putting our fee up all over again. So when agents come to me and say, can I put my fee up and should I put my fee up? First thing I look at is the capacity in the business. If you're not at capacity yet and you think to yourself, actually, I'm struggling to get instructions, well, probably putting your fee up isn't the right thing to do. If you're beating instructions off with a stick and there's a huge amount of demand for your business, great, you're in a really strong position where you can go, you want to work with me, and this is what you need to do to go on the market with myself. That's a really strong position to have your business in. But if you're struggling to get instructions in the first place, let's focus on getting you fully booked to start off with, and then we can look at increasing your fee over time. Okay, so that is a wrap on today's video. So hopefully this has answered the question about when you should increase your fee in your estate agency. I'll give you a little bit of a Brucey bonus here. Although putting all of this to one side, there's one factor that increases agents' fees more than anything else. And that is they look at the check where they get a completion in and they go, that was a lot more work than the money I've got in. I need to start increasing my fee. So trust me, your fee is a bigger deal to you than it is to anybody else. Only 10% of all homeowners in the market pick their agent based on fee. And I guarantee you that 10% are a massive pain in the backside. So let's focus on the 90% as much as you possibly can do who are willing to pay for great service, great communication, is getting as much for their house as they possibly can do. If you want to download a free copy of my best-selling book, Your First £100,000 Estate Agency, pop it to us over on Instagram, DM me the word book, and that'll come straight across to yourself. See you on the next video.